me to my first singles mixer event in Toronto.
This dating event was hosted by Flair Events at the Fifth Social Club. As we got inside, we chose bracelets in colors for our love languages. It was such a nice venue with a nice bar, so I got myself a little drink, put my name tag on, and started socializing. You could feel that everyone came here with the intention of finding genuine connections because it was so easy to talk to anyone. They also had a lot of games, which were so much fun as a conversation starter. It's definitely a better alternative to dating apps, so if you're interested in more than just swiping, then you need to experience dating with Flair.
Okay, so we just left the event.
So bad.
I think we were just saying that we think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
Now, mind you, they're just now leaving a singles event. Claire is saying, well, maybe you should come and enjoy yourself. But this is the aftermath of the singles event that a lot of men are saying this is actually what goes on, except they're laughing now and they're also laughing while they're in your face. Paying 50, 60 bucks for that, even paying 10 or 20 bucks for that, is just not worth the time of a lot of men.
No, it was actually
We think we've actually hit rock
what did
bottom,
I do to
and
get there?
I think we were either punked, catfished,
like
or
it felt like a sick joke. I was like literally thinking to myself, like, why am I like, how did I get here?
how did I get here?
To a singles event recently, and there was about 60 of us, I think, all up, half boys, half girls. It was really fun. It wasn't like a speed dating event. We did different games and activities, and you had time to chat to people and one-on-one and get to know each other. I reckon I talked to about 20 of the guys. There was only one that I was interested in. I met a bunch of girls who are fantastic, and we have group chat now, supporting each other through all of the shit dating stories that we're going through. And between the 12 of us, I think only 2 of us liked one person. One of us went out on a date with one guy. Not the best outcome for everyone. The one guy that I was interested in, we had been chatting one-on-one partway through, conversation on point. We had some things we connected on, we had some things that we were passionate about that the other person wasn't, that we were asking questions about, conversation flowing, really good. We got interrupted by having to do a group game. So we were like, let's chat again afterwards. We didn't get a chance because there was multiple games, and then it kind of wrapped up and I turned around and he was gone. I followed him on Instagram and I sent him a message. That was about 3 weeks ago. No reply, nothing. Turns out he knows someone I used to work with. I asked them what his deal was, and he was like, oh yeah, beautiful person, like so lovely. I reckon you two would get along really well. I was like, yeah, cool. This was before I messaged him. Dating in Melbourne sucks. I'm not being up myself, but the group of us are all beautiful people. And I mean personality. All of the other girls, stunning, like gorgeous as well. All have beautiful personalities, funny, good careers. We've traveled, you know, fun hobbies. What more can we be putting out there?
Well, you'll notice that it seems like, and maybe this happens for men too, but modern women, they don't seem to have the same set of standards for friendship with women as they do with men. Say, for instance, they can go to events like this. They can just vibe with the woman. Just, oh, okay, we're the same person. You're beautiful. I'm beautiful. Let's get together in a group chat. But if a man says, hey, how are you doing? My name is Jason. It remains to be seen. The jury is still out whether I want to be your friend or not. Even if the man says, hey, you know, why don't we, I don't know, get together and hang out, you, me, her, a couple of the other guys, go out for a drink sometime and just kind of get to know each other. Man, I'm looking to be more social in the area. I just moved here, and so I don't really have a lot of friends. And, I came to this mixer to meet my person, but, it's cool if we don't. It's cool if we just kind of go out and have some coffee or just hang out. Well, I don't know about that. I usually can't trust guys. But y'all will sit up there in the group like she's saying right now, and hype each other up. 15 of the top 20 most beautiful people in the world were at this singles event. And men, they're just missing out.
It was a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
Disappointing.
You know, I don't know what I find funnier as more and more women are making these videos. The fact that they're finally figuring out that men are done. They're walking away from dating. They're walking away from relationships in marriage. They don't want anything to do with women anymore. Or the fact that today's modern women can't seem to understand that they are the reason why men are walking away from dating, relationships, and marriage. Well, ladies, to quote someone from a long, long time ago, let me explain it to you, Lucy. And I'm doing so knowing full well it's a complete and utter waste of time, because 99% of the women that watch this are going to fall into one of two camps. The ones that will not take any accountability or responsibility and will immediately jump in the comments to deny that this is the reality. Or the other ones who can't deal with the aforementioned reality and accountability that they do need to take, and therefore will shut themselves down rather than have to listen to it.
Well, you know, most of these modern women are in therapy. So the fact that you're sitting up here talking like this means that you're it means it means that you're you're the ignorant one. You are, because you're just a man and you're just you're upholding the patriarchy, sir. These modern women are never going to take accountability. I'm joking, but they're never going to take accountability, like ever, for the things that they do. The woman that we just watched just finished blowing smoke up the behinds of every single woman she just met that night, not knowing if these women are going online, posting men, talking about, are we dating the same man? Hey, this man has 20 different red flags. He has 3 different baby mamas. He's knocked me down, come back to me, knock me down again after telling me he was never going to do it. And actually, now to think about it, I just got the pregnancy result. I'm going to be his 4th baby mama. And also another woman from the singles event, she's pregnant by him. She's going to be his 5th baby mama. So I think he has a few red flags. Y'all will continue to pick this type of man and then blame it on other men that are doing what they're supposed to do, as if they're the problem.
But for that 1% that might actually listen, here's the reality for y'all. For years now, you've all run around saying you don't want men, you don't need men, you just want them to leave you alone. And if you didn't say it, you allowed other women to say it for you. Exactly. And never told them to stop. You allowed those women to speak for you and to tell men to go away, which is
exactly. They're talking about how men need to call other men out and hold other men accountable, while simultaneously not doing the same thing for their own gender.
Exactly what men are doing. Yet you're all sitting here shocked that men are actually doing what you asked, because you've all convinced each other that men don't listen to you, when in fact, we do. We hear you loud and clear. And yet here you are wondering why there's no men at these dating events. I mean, really? Then of course there's the never-ending ridiculous demands. Higher standards you've all come up with, where you expect men to be perfect, where you'll deride them for being less than 6 feet tall or making less than 6 figures, even though the overwhelming majority of men fall into one or both of those camps. And don't even get me started on these 6-pack abs and 6-inch you-know-what, which you all demand men have, but when men hold you to similar criteria, you scream it's not fair, it's body.
He's about to say body shaming. I love this point. Modern women are saying you need to have that thinging down there. You need to be able to slang that thing. I mean, you really need to be able you really need to be able to give me that, whatever her name is in 50 Shades of Grey, and whatever that experience was. I'm assuming, as far as they're concerned, it was great. So whatever that experience was, that's what they're looking for. I want you to do that. And that just means, if I saw the trailers of this, That just means I'm going to lay there and I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to sit there and enjoy it while the man has to do all the work. Okay.
Body shaming. I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, but contrary to the belief you all have, we're not dumb. We see and hear what you're saying. We see it for the double standards and utter hypocrisy that it is.
Please excuse how I look right now, but who else is moaning about being single and not being able to meet anyone, etc., etc., but is...
Well, that's not true. I mean, you're just not meeting the people that you want to meet, but there are definitely options out there. It like said, well, what would you expect? Well, I would expect that you probably are not going to meet Brad Pitt in everyday life. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all expecting to meet a Brad Pitt there. You're probably not going to meet Brad Pitt, but that's okay, right? Because you're not Angelina Jolie. You're not whoever else Brad Pitt was married to, or he's in a relationship. That's her name, Jennifer Aniston. You're not that. So you should be okay with having a normal, everyday, regular, average man.
Also sat inside on a Saturday night like me, because I do this and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, man. Just looking at the nails and the aesthetic of some women, they really think because they go get some nails and they go get their eyebrows waxed, that automatically puts them in the running for Brad Pitt to be their husband. Is crazy work.
I want a man, I want this, I want that. But best believe I'm not leaving my flat. And I'll still sit around thinking, why am I single? Why haven't I met anyone? But, you know, that's what us girls do, apparently. But the thing is, I'm not even on Hinge or anything like that, so it's not even like I can just rely on that. But every weekend I think, shall I go back on it? Shall I have a look? Oh, I can't bring myself to do it again. I really can't. So yeah, is there anyone else with me?
Hinge for a lot of these women is a reality check. It's a reality check that they're not as cute as they thought they were. I mean, sure, you're going to get some duds, but there are definitely some men in there that are your speed. They're more than your speed. They're actually going faster than you. I hate to say it like that. They actually got to slow down for you, looks wise, financially, mentally, spiritually.
Now I'm fully ready to have this conversation about New York men and their staring problem. Because dating up here is already a hot mess as is, and the staring just honestly perpetuates the entire issue. Now, I'm from Atlanta, and I'm very much used to men going out their way to show their interest in you, like grabbing your arm at the club, pushing past their friends to get to you, like very much so giving, I'm interested in you on a billboard to get your attention. Mm-hmm. But it is not like that up here. Like, you really be having to guess and play games to figure out if a New York man is interested in you. Because for the most part, all they do when you're like out at a party and stuff is just look at you like this. And then you think to yourself, does this king expect me, my fine self, to go out my way to talk to him like he's the prize? Absolutely not.
And this is what you're going to continue to run into. See, y'all are comparing two different things, right? The men don't have nothing for you, not in New York, and the men in Atlanta really didn't have nothing for you either. Nothing but D. I'm going to grab your arm because it's been a while since I've had it. Or they know how to, you see, men adapt. They know how to handle you. In Atlanta, y'all like y'all like those aggressive types. Y'all like the men that just rough you up. Get over here. That's what y'all like. That's what y'all like. And so that's how they treat y'all. And so you think because men, they say, no, man, I don't do that. I'm not going to jail. You're not supposed to be doing all that. Y'all don't even like what the Atlanta men do. Y'all are just like, it's a shock to your system because you're not getting the attention. You're expecting everywhere you go to be a boss babe, for people to feed into you. But you lose your status when you move out of Atlanta. Them boys ain't worried about you. They got other things to do. They got work. They have families, some of them. And even if they don't have families, they don't want to be bothered with you.
Talking about, look at what's going on. When you're going out to clubs, single events, there's not going to be a lot of men there. Okay? It's going to be a lot of women. All right? We were lied to. Our aunties, mamas, they lied to us. They said we had tons of time. They said we could do whatever we wanted to do, get your career and do this, that. And look what's happened. Look at these single events being all women. And it's probably not going to be the top of the pop crowd that the men are looking for. They're not.
And what they neglect to mention, a lot of these aunties and grandmas and mamas, is they already had their fun. Like they already achieved a goal. They're already at that milestone. And now they're looking back and saying, oh, I wish I would have waited to do X, Y, and Z. They don't know how it was. They don't know what the stipulations or what it might have been like. They're just looking back and saying, man, I could have done this, and this, without truly fully understanding the situation. Well, if I would have waited, then I would have been able to do X, Y, and Z. You don't know that. You don't know that at all. Whatever challenges or hurdles come in life, you have to deal with those head on. And that's why men are great at adapting. Not a lot. Well, you have to allow me to do this, and no. I'm seeing this pattern in this track record. And based on this pattern in this track record, this is the way that we're going to go. Well, we made a mistake here. Well, we made a mistake there. Right. But based on the information that we had in the past, this is what we went with. This is the decision. Modern women will just jump into stuff, not even looking at what might happen. And then 50 years down the road, start talking about how they regret doing something, and it be dead wrong. You put yourself in this position. It's your fault. Take responsibility, take accountability. Well, if I wouldn't have had a kid, I would have been able to. That's a bunch of crap. There's women your age in your position, worse positions than you, getting it done. Just say that you didn't have the wherewithal to adapt to your situation and survive. Just say that you weren't able to effectively use all your resources. There's no man out here. I wish I would have waited. They gave you the wrong information based on their past trauma, based on their past pain. And y'all took it hook, line, and sinker. Now I understand as a child, you really don't have a choice. There's nothing else that you can do. But if you're telling me that you're going to therapy and you're learning these things and you're learning the things that might be harmful, it's a wonder to me how y'all go through therapy and y'all don't release all of this bitterness that mama, grandmama, aunties, nieces, or whoever it might be, family, friends that you have never even seen face to face are telling you. How come you can't take that information, dissect it, and say, okay, now auntie has a point right here, but I don't know what was going on with auntie over there. Like she was definitely wrong because my man does this, and this. I don't know if auntie was picking the wrong man. I don't know if auntie really had her ducks in a row. These women have already had babies. So they're telling you, well, maybe you don't want to have a child. They don't know. You beat and fooled around, got to 35, 40 and been like, oh man, dang, I did want a child. But because they already have it, they're telling you, oh, it's not all that's cracked up to be. Well, I want to experience it for myself. And you didn't got me out here 35, 40 saying that I didn't want it. And now I actually freaking do want it. I'm saying you may or may not want children, but make your own decision.
Not looking for a lot of single, bitter women.
There you go.
So I want you to think about that. When you're sitting there being picky and saying what you won't do, how you won't be submissive, and how you won't do this if they don't do this, if they're not this tall, if they don't make this amount of money, these are your options. These are your options. And this is why I do this. This is why I do this on my platform, because I'm trying to get women to understand this is what's going on. This is reality. Showing up to singles events and it being 90% women. This is what's going to go on. You get what's left.
And what I think people are trying to get you to understand is not that you need to settle, but they're trying to get you to understand that you need to start looking closely at your situation and assessing what it actually is that's available to you and what you bring to the table. You're going to have to answer that question. Okay, where am I at in life? This person that I want, that I thought was potential, if I have debt and they're saying, well, I really don't want to marry anybody with a whole lot of debt. Well, you have to say, okay, well, I respect that. But what you guys are trying to do is go out there and say, well, I know I have debt, but I'm looking for a man that can handle that. A real man would step up and handle that. So I'm not a real man because I didn't got my life in order. I don't want to handle your debt. I don't want to be around that. I mean, I didn't work hard to keep that off my back, and now because I'm not willing to quote unquote take care of you, and some of you guys are single mothers, now I'm not willing to take care of that I'm not a real man. How does that work? You guys be trying to shame men. Y'all be talking about men trying to do that to you. Y'all be trying to shame men and to do the wrong thing into taking you, and you got a whole bunch of baggage. You got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you're sitting there demanding stuff that had you not had all of this stuff that he had to do a massive surgery on and a facelift on, he's got to do tricks and gimmicks, and that's why y'all looking for men with deep pockets and extensive networks. Well, I need a man that has lawyer friends. I need a man that has judges and people in high places. Yeah, because you got a whole bunch of warrants. You got a whole bunch of stuff that's an issue in your life. And now you need a man that's connected to get you up out of all of that. And for that, him getting you out of all that nonsense, now you say, well, I'll lay here and let you, kind of do your thing. And I'm not really going to be doing anything. I'm not going to be really engaging, but, you can kind of, have your way for about 5 good minutes until I'm ready to go to sleep at the end of the night. And really it's 2. And I'm not going to engage. Oh, and by the way, there's things that I did before this relationship that, you might want to do, but I'm not planning on doing those. So you're paying a high premium price for something that's, I don't want to say used, but I'm definitely not doing a whole bunch of stuff or giving you my best like I've given to other men. And to men, I'm not 100% sure what man anywhere is knowingly going to accept that deal, to be honest.
Okay.
Assume this, and I, for the life of me, do not understand. Anytime my friend and I invite guys to come to our singles events, they always assume that it's going to be 80% majority men. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, I think it's going to be a sausage fest. Like, I think I speak for most guys when I say, like, we're not going to come because it's all going to be other guys. That's not the case, ever. Like, I've gone to multiple singles events. I'm hosting singles events now myself. In every situation, it's majority women. And they're all really cool, fun, attractive women. In New York, women...
All of them, every single one of them, they're all cool. They're all attractive. Every single one of them has their stuff together. Even though, once again, statistics is telling us these women are in shambles. Their life is in shambles. They're out here getting stuff that they should not be getting, doing stuff that they should not be doing, buying, consuming, having experiences and quote unquote fun that they should not be having. They're not even reining it back. They're not even slowing down. In their 40s and in some cases their 50s, not even slowing down, not exhibiting any discipline emotionally, physically, spiritually, none of that. But yet and still expecting a man, by the way, after having whatever it is, a night out on the town in the club and all that stuff, they're expecting a man to see that and say, ooh, she's fun. I'm going to take on somebody that's quite honestly and truly a liability. That's what they're expecting. And a man is saying, absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
Women here, in my personal experience, they are very willing to sign up for events. They're willing to put in effort to make connections with people, both platonic and romantic. And I have found it not to be the case for men. So I don't know where that perception's coming from. If anyone has any idea, what is that barrier? The reason that we're reaching out to these men is because it's harder to get men to sign up for these events. And yet when we ask them to sign up, they say they don't want to sign up because they think it will all be men. It's like, no, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because there is no men.
Do you know that a lot of these modern women are like it's a win-win for them. Even if I go to this place and I don't get any matches, so to speak, then I still come away with quote unquote friends. And that means I'm looking to see, oh, well, we started a group chat. Like the woman said, we started a group chat for just talking about how horrible dating was. So basically another emotional support group. That's what we started. So we're leaning on each other through these tough times, through these hard times, or else I wouldn't be friends with you. where, hey, are you a lawyer or are you, an entrepreneur? Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I want to meet with you. I want to know you. I want to pick your brain about your business. You guys are okay with trading secrets. But what does a man actually get out of a relationship platonically with you? Nothing. Because when y'all meet, even if if he takes you out to eat and say, hey man, I want to pick your brain. I know you're an entrepreneur and I'm really trying to get into a space of my own, not necessarily yours. I want to do that. Can I pick your brain? Met her at a singles event. We've been friends ever since. He's going to have to pay for the dinner. Great, fine. But if you want to pick his brain about trying to get into business, as he is the entrepreneur, he's still going to have to pay. Hey, I'm meeting. Oh, he took me to this fancy restaurant and he really gave me the game. So he has to pay for the dinner and then he has to pay to give you the game and get nothing in return. And essentially just pay it forward. Just essentially a thank you. You won't even give him a box of chocolate. Hey, I appreciate you taking out of your time to take me to that nice place. Hey, it was all great. He's not getting anything for that. So men, either way, romantically or platonically, they're not receiving a whole lot from modern women.
Like, what is it? I don't understand.
Get ready with me for a singles event and while I talk about where to meet people in Orange County. So somebody commented and said that there is a singles event tonight. And I'm like, has it really come to this? Like, am I seriously at that age, like, of desperation that it's like, I have to go to a singles event now? Like, now I'm going to singles events. This is actually kind of depressing, but it's fine. I'm fine. But that's why I came to TikTok, because I was like, honestly, let me ask the people of TikTok, the girl.
And this is what happens to a lot of these modern women. They're thinking, I have so much time, I can do whatever I want to do. But then when it comes right down to it, this is what it looks like. I don't have as much time as I thought I did. And now I'm coming to you on TikTok and seeing if you guys do the same thing. I'm looking for validation. I don't want to go out there looking stupid. And so if you guys are doing it, then I guess it's hip. I guess it's in. That's what we're doing right now. That's unfortunately what she's doing.
Girlies of OC, like, where are the places to go? Like, where should you meet people? And you know what? I have been on Hinge. I just deleted it because I really needed a break, but like, I'm really not getting the best, like, results from Hinge.
Made a post asking where the single men are in Atlanta that are not completely unhinged. Because I'm new here and this is majority of the comments that I got. But let's go see if we can find them in the wild.
All right.
Maybe they're at the grocery store.
Probably will be.
Can confirm they're not. All right, so no prospects in there, but there's...
I mean, it looks like you went out in the middle of the day. Shouldn't you be at work? They're at work, where you should be.
quite literally no one in there, so I'm keeping hope alive. I did find these beautiful flowers, though, so... The saga continues. Drop some suggestions.
They're at work, dude. What is this about?
11 p.m. I was out from 5 to 11 tonight in Boston, bar hopping, trying to meet some eligible bachelors. But we went to, me and my friend, 7 bars, 7 different bars in Boston. And the crowds were just off. Where are the late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s year old men going? We went to a couple places by the Garden because there was a Bruins game tonight, and then we went out in Seaport, a couple sports bars, cocktail bar, and the crowd was either really young, like early 20s, mid 20s, or really old, like 60s. So I'm just wondering, where are the men our age hiding? Because
they're not hiding, they're grinding. See, the young fellas, they got a little bit more time before they got to get serious and they actually got to lock in. And the older fellas, hey, I done my work, brother. I'm about to retire, or I'm retired. So I'm spending money I got. But for the middle-aged dudes, grinding, getting ready for work, chilling at the house, resting and relaxing, getting ready for the next day, those brothers are in prime earning mode. They're in prime grind mode. Bars. That's what they're doing. And y'all are wondering why my friend, y'all must not have nothing to do with your boss babe selves. Y'all are so busy that you're not busy. Is that how that works? Men don't have time for this. They gotta get better. They have things to do in life. It's y'all that be looking to get in people's face. Leave folks alone.
Not me getting fully ready to go to a singles Valentine mixer, and now I don't want to go. Do I just stay home and watch a movie, or do I just rally and do it for the plot?
Single men of New York City, I have a very strong hunch that you're not going to a lot of like speed dating events or singles mixers. Because the ratio always seems off and there always seems to be a scramble to get more guys to show up at these events. So single men, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you hanging out? Are you only using dating apps to meet people? Just like, where are you?
You're going to the same places that men have told you they've always been at. It's actually, as a matter of fact, they're the same exact places that you frequent. Grocery store, churches, anywhere that a normal person might be. Honestly, anywhere that a normal person might be, that's where you can find a man. Because, surprise, surprise, men are normal human beings. And so they go, basically, I mean, you can meet a man at the movies. But a lot of you guys, you shut down your brain to say, okay, this part of my life is going to look like this. And when it comes to romance, this is how this part of my life is going to look. Modern feminism has gone way too far. Well, what are you talking about? You guys, now because you think, oh man, I have so much freedom, I can design my life exactly like I want to. Not remembering that, wait a minute, this is not just my life that I'm designing. I'm teaming up with somebody else to design our life. And even though you're saying, no, I'm definitely collaborative, you're essentially still trying to impose your entire will on that person. You say, well, if you really love me, then you would do this. If you really wanted what was best for me, which is ultimately what's best for us, if I get what I want, then everything's going to be great. You're basically trying to force that man to see your way of things and do it exactly how you had planned it, how you want it. Because feminism told you, yeah, we can do that. We can do any of that. I mean, the possibilities of you building your life are endless. And if a man is not in agreement with that, then he's not the man for you. And y'all are ending up 35, 40 with no prospects because you're sitting up here trying to strong arm men into doing what you want them to do.
On dating in 2025, using dating apps, temperature check. Are we okay? Are both sides, are we doing okay? Because it seems far worse than before. And I don't know, we need to both go to our rooms and start over or something.
Tell my single girl.
Oh, men have been in their rooms. With society acting the way it is, men were already there. People have already put men in timeout. So
Girls who have also been having the worst time with dating this year, here's to focusing on ourselves and not talking to boys in 2025.
Help me figure this out. I think I'm pretty cute, but nobody ever hits on me. And I go out. I go to places by myself. I'm not expecting anybody to pay my bills or pay for my dinner, but nobody ever hits on me. Look, I'm alright. Why? And don't be like, oh, don't say I'm intimidating. It's because they're
We're not. We're not going to say you're intimidating. We're not ever going to say that because that's not what it is. It seems like modern women, they always think of the best outcome. Well, don't say that I'm too pretty. It can't be that you're the worst person to be around. It can't be that. It's got to be something good. Oh, I know, because I've healed myself. I worked on myself. So it can't be anything bad, right? It's got to be, them being intimidated by me, them being intimidated by my strength. They're just so absorbed in themselves.
intimidated, right? So no. So there just aren't any confident men. And when men do come up, I do say, hey, I know how hard it is for you guys to approach women, so I appreciate it. I don't know. What do you think? What do I do?
Soft Life Experiment Part 5. I decided that it is my fault that I am single because I have not put myself in the right places enough times. So I am taking matters into my own hands, and I went to a singles mixer tonight. To help me attract my pasta and lobster man, I wore one of my new wigs with no edges.
I went to a singles event last night, and yes, you might think they're corny.
They're trying consistently, once again, all the wrong things. They're doing the wrong things. Tell me you don't understand what men want without telling me you don't understand what men want. Going to these things, it's really a slight is what it is. Oh, if I look bum and busted and broke, then they're going to like me because that's what men like. No, I just don't place a lot of value on all of these BBLs and fake chest additions and stuff like that. But I like your natural beauty. You don't have to walk out the house looking like a bum, but you also don't have to be super dressed up. What y'all are calling looking bummy is literally just normal everyday loungewear that literal companies make so that you can be comfortable. That's it. That doesn't mean that you get up with your breath smelling like trash and you don't brush your hair or comb your hair. I had my hair on top of my head in a bun. It was in a bun. It was pulled back. It was presentable. You guys really don't understand what men want, and these videos continue to explain to us.
They're cheesy. They might be the rejects all in one room.
I'm looking for hot, fit, single guys of New York City who want to come to a workout on Friday night, 6:45 for hot, sexy singles. It's going to be a hot sculpt class. You
mean so you can sit up there and lust on that man? I mean, why are women able to say this type of stuff, but when a man says that he's predatory and pervy? I mean,
you want to get off the apps, as you should, because they're so lame. Come in person. I'm teaching a class that's half guys, half girls, and I have more guy spots to fill. So if you know of a hot single guy, please send this video to them and spread the word.
Let me ask you a question. Why would they do that? If they're single, if so many women are single, why would they willingly give that hot guy up if all of the women are going for that man? Why? It wouldn't make any sense at all. I'm trying to keep him for myself.
I hope to see you there, 6:45 in Chelsea.
Men in Houston, this is for you. I don't care if you're from here, not from here, moved here, just visiting. The women are asking for y'all. Like, all I can do is provide the vibes. We do have men there, but the ratio is majority women. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So, shit, pull up.
So I saw this study last night said 80% of men have just given up on dating. Specifically, men over the age of 30 have just given up on dating. They don't want to do it anymore. It's not worth it to them. So women are picking over a whole bunch of dirt.
Men, if you really look at this, men have given, if you start from 20, they've given about, at least, if you're going to 30, they've given you 10 good years to act like you have some sense. And in those 10 years, an entire decade, you haven't acted like you had any sense. What do you expect the man to do? Now I can understand you said, man, I just got out the house. Man, I'm about to cut up as a young person. But once again, y'all are cutting up too much. Number one. Number two, y'all, even when it takes you to get to about 25 for your brain to develop or whatever kind of scientific study you want to pull up. Y'all are getting to 25 and still cutting up. Y'all are getting to 27, 28, 29 and still cutting up. And when you get to about 29 and a half, 29 and 8 months, now you're saying, oh shoot, I want to settle down. I need to find me a man ASAP. Men, gather here. But by that point, a man's like, no ma'am, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. You ruined your chance.
Dirtbag men sleeping with a bunch, but the men out there who are actually husband material have no interest in dating. Why? That's my question for you today. Why do you have no interest in dating?
This is really good, like a great question, because I am very curious about it, except for the club part. I don't care Nathan about no club. Why do men not go to singles events? Like, why don't y'all go? The ones in the church, or just like regular single? I don't know. I'm only talking about the ones in the church because those are normally the only ones I go to. But why don't y'all go? So do y'all not know about it, or do y'all just not want to go?
If churches, especially big churches, are constantly pushing and announcing that, they're going to know about it. Most men just don't want to spend the time. I don't want to waste my time. It's not for me. A lot of dudes out there, they'll go to there was something at a church called Man Cave Monday or something like that, where they get together, watch Monday Night Football, have some wings, sit around, talk. It was, a place obviously to fellowship, but it was also a place for you to, kind of get to know your surroundings and network, make connections. Shoot, there were dudes in there with buku amounts of money, Hey man, let me get together with you. Hey man, let's go out to coffee or something like that. Yeah man, sure. Hey, just hit me up, let me know so I can put it on my schedule. They were going there and getting great results. Men will go to that type of stuff. Once again, men go golfing together. They go hunting together. They do a lot of stuff together. Hey man, let's have a cookout. Hey bro, we're just grilling in the backyard watching the game, man. Hey man, I don't feel like grilling today. Let's go to the bar, man, get a drink. You and me, bro. Hey, get some of the bros and see if they're available, and we can do that. That's what they're doing, but they're doing it without you. And then you decide, well, I want some male attention, so I'm going to go up in here and I'm going to disturb their peace. That's what you did. That's what you're doing, and you're ruining the entire experience because you want their. Well, where are all the men at? Let me see if I can find them. And you're going there, trying to disturb their peace. That's why men are walking away. I know about the event, but you don't have any respect for my private time, my me time. It's all got to be about you.
Like, what is it? Because at the end of the day, y'all the ones who get down and propose to women. So I'm just curious why y'all don't go. But I already feel like y'all got the pick of the litter anyways. Like, y'all don't really need to go. I don't know.
You truly believing that I was being like sexy and mysterious at a singles event only for a guy to approach me and ask, are you okay?
One thing about me is just like, where's my husband? You know what I mean?
I recently moved to Chicago in October. I'm single and I hate dating apps. I mean, dating in general is just kind of brutal. Instead of waiting for someone to swipe on me, I decided I'm going to start throwing singles events around Chicago. I partnered with Thursday and we throw singles events almost every Thursday around Chicago. Our next one's going to be tomorrow in River North at 8 p.m. with an entire hour of a hosted champagne happy hour. Tickets are literally only $15, and who knows, you might meet the love of your life, and if nothing else, you might make a friend. If you're single and you live in Chicago and you want something to do tomorrow, come to my dating event. And
man, you can host all of these things. You can throw it, you can flip it, you can dip it. It don't matter. Men are not coming. Men see the writing on the wall and it doesn't make sense to do it. That's why you're not getting anything that you're throwing out at this point. They know that you're wasting their time. Y'all think because y'all are cute, this is just gonna get it. It's just gonna get men out, and it's not. Y'all need to figure out how to be actual friends with men. Y'all be talking, well, why aren't men, why aren't they friendly with us? Because y'all are not actually friends to them. Y'all want something out of them all the time. All the time.
I look forward to seeing you there.
Where have the real men gone? This lady went on a date with someone she met online. She goes to the bathroom and comes back and the man is gone. He has just completely left. What happened to men of decency, men of character? What happened to sitting down with a woman and having an enjoyable dinner, having some nice conversation?
Can we ask how that woman looked? Can we ask if that woman said something reckless? Can we ask if that woman lied about her appearance? Lied about who she was as a person? Do you think maybe that's why he walked away? Of course not. We're not going to touch that. We're not going to tap on that. It's going to be, we're all the upstanding gentlemen. And what they mean by upstanding gentlemen is, we're all the men that can basically take a punch. We're all the guys that can basically take a hit. Those men that can, basically get beat on, figuratively speaking, in the dating world. They're just going to keep on putting it on them. Oh, you got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. The trips are going to be this much. In order to get with me, it's going to be this much to get in the door. And I'm not even a top tier woman. These women that are top tier women are going for a much higher rate. And oh, by the way, the add-ons aren't included. Well, what do you mean? Me giving you a hug like a normal person? That's not included. You got to pay more for that. Me giving you a kiss like a normal person and just holding hands like a normal couple does, that's not included in the package. So you got to pay a little bit more for that. You got to get the highest amount of flowers. You got to get the most expensive flowers in order to get normal romance. The man is paying premium prices for bare minimum love, man.
And then walking the woman to her car, or at that time driving a woman back home and going on about your way. Even if the conversation, even if you realize that you did not jail with this woman, you still had a nice date.
Play Singles is this Saturday night at Sky Bar in West Hollywood, and it's gonna be lit, so y'all better be coming. Let me tell you about it in a little bit. You will get a wristband. Green is for single, yellow is for it's complicated, and red is for in a relationship.
Already men don't care. Already this sounds terrible to men, but keep going.
So the party is really open to everyone. Even if your friends are in relationships, they can totally come with you if you want them there to be your wing girl or wing man.
Guys, my mom was so serious about me finding an...
This is really aimed at women because I hate to say it like this. What you're bringing those women there for is essentially, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but you're bringing them there to be emotional support animals. They're emotional support dogs. If I get rejected or I need a little bit of a pep talk and a pick me up, then I want my woman to be right there with me. I want the girls to be right there with me. And essentially what's going to happen is they're going to feel uncomfortable anyway, which is, normal for people in general. And so what's going to happen is they're going to be sitting in groups, which is why men don't come up to in the club in the first place. Because you're sitting in a group, y'all are looking a certain way, you don't look approachable. And so a man is saying, well, shoot, I'm not about to go over there and embarrass myself. And so essentially when you go to these clubs, you get the same effect because it's the same type of setup. It's just in a different setting. It's in a different venue. And I don't think modern women really actually honestly and truly realize this.
An Igbo man this year. Like, there's this Igbo speed dating thing that's going on today, and my mum with speed, she saw it, she was like, you must go, and she shut the door. She even wanted me to wear trad, as in she wanted me to wear a long traditional gown to this speed dating event. Like, you're literally just getting to know like new people, and she wants me to wear a gown, traditional gown. I said, please, I beg, let me just wear one dress and just be moving. So yeah, so I'm literally gonna document how it goes today, and yeah, like,
she was probably trying to get you to because she knows how men are, she was probably trying to get you to dress like you have some sense. A man might not be that over the top, but she's trying to help you out. If y'all would take some instruction, this just goes to show they don't take no instruction from anyone. It could be their own flesh and blood, it could be their mom who birthed them. They're not going to listen to it at all. This is scary.